Hello, I'm Rabbi Spivak, and welcome to Ask Rabbi Spivak, a program that takes questions from all over the world on Jewish tradition and law. This question comes from Montreal, Canada. Dear Rabbi Spivak, do Jewish people believe in reincarnation? Now, if you know what reincarnation is, you'll know that that person is born, passes away, and reborn again. The soul transmigrates. It goes from one body that passes away and goes to another one that lives again. Do Jews believe in it? Well, yes and no. Yes, by the fact that most Jewish authorities believe in it, but some, like Rabbi Sadia Gaon, do not. But if you go through most of the literature, you'll see that Gilgul Neshama, as it's called in Hebrew, the transmigration of soul, is something that's accepted by most of Jewish authorities. Why does it happen? The idea of a soul coming down to this earth is to prove its worth, to prove its loyalty to God. And this earth and this world is a test. And if we pass that test, if a person passes that test, that soul that was within him or her goes directly back to God and basks in the divine light of the Shekhinah. But if that person fails in his or her mission to do what they're supposed to do on this earth, then that soul is reincarnated into yet another person until the mission that was originally assigned to that soul is fulfilled. Or if the person transgresses and he does not receive kapara, he does not receive forgiveness in this life, he or she also may have to go through transmigration of the soul. Gilgul Neshama can happen many, many times to the same soul. But while we're talking about souls coming into a person, let's talk about two other aspects of it. There are two other types of souls that attach itself to a person. One is called the dibuk. Dibuk is from the Hebrew word devek, to cling. Modern Hebrew, it means glue. It means it clings, the soul clings to the person. What happens? To give you an example, there was an author named S. Ansky who wrote a story called The Dibuk, where the chassan, the groom of a girl, died before they got married, and he didn't want to let her go, and so his soul cleaved to her, and she became possessed with it, and mentally disturbed because another soul wouldn't let go, the soul of that man who loved her, but did not live to take her as his bride. Eventually, an exorcism can be done by a dibuk, as happened in the time of Rabbi Yisrael Meir Kagan, the Chafetz Chaim. Now, that's a negative kind of soul that attaches itself to another person. There is a positive side of a soul that attaches itself, and that's called an ibur. An ibur is from the Hebrew word to be pregnant. The one soul that's in a person, the normal natural soul, becomes attached to another soul that may be a part of a great person, a spark of the soul of Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, or King David, could attach itself to the person if that person needed leadership and didn't have it within his natural soul. That soul could be, an ibur would attach itself so that soul would have within the properties necessary to get the job done. The ibur only attaches itself with the free will of the person, whereas the dibuk doesn't want to let go and doesn't listen to the free will of the person. So you have Gilgul, the concept of the soul transmigrating, reincarnating You have the Dibuk, which is a negative soul that won't let go of another soul. And you have the Ibur, which is one that attaches itself, as I said, for the good of the person and stays with that soul until it is no longer needed. These are the ideas of reincarnation in Judaism. And as I said, most authorities believe in it. Some, like Rav Sadia Gaon, do not. But if you look through the literature, you will see that the sages throughout our centuries dealt with the concept of Gilgul, of reincarnation. This has been Ask Rabbi Spivak. I'm Rabbi Yaakov Spivak. Till we meet again with the next question. Zayt Gesund, Lehitraot, Shalom Al Yisrael, and most of all, my friend, Chazak.